Have you ever read a self-help book that touched you so much you thought, I wish there was a book like this for my children to read? I'm not talking the typical Mother Goose picture books here. Rather, a real text with substance, written for the perspective of a young and curious mind. Perhaps a book that doesn't talk down to our children, rather elevates their knowledge and facilitates thinking on a divine level. I've searched for a long time for a book like this, one geared towards young reading children all the way to young teenagers. Since the typical children's spiritual books weren't cutting it, I decided to put pen to paper and write one of my own. My book, TruthWorks, is a culmination of my own spiritual journey and experiences, along with healthy doses of wit, reality, and common sense. I've always wanted to write a book, as long as I can remember, but a topic has never really stuck with me. Once I started doing angel card readings and working with my angels regularly, it became all I could think about. So I asked for guidance. And then it struck me one day. As I listened to my children discussing what they learned in school, I'm not talking about reading, writing, and arithmetic here. Those were not the lessons that concerned me. This day, my daughter was telling me about something her teacher had said to the class. The words of wisdom he imparted on those young minds that day was, "Life is not fair." Apparently this was his motto. And I thought, This goes against everything I believe in. Not only that, but what I teach my children about manifesting their own desires and destiny. And then it really dawned on me how much other people influence our children. They'll come into their lives and drop these false belief bombs that can ultimately set up their subconscious belief system. And so that day, my book topic was born. TruthWorks, Divine Life Lessons for Kids of All Ages, will address these traditional damaging notions handed down to us generation after generation. The introduction, entitled Don't Believe Everything You Learn, will tell the reader how the book works, but also tell children why it's important to question what we are taught, especially if it doesn't feel right for you. I will teach children such spiritual concepts as law of attraction, divine order and timing, energy and flow, and working with your angels, just to name a few. The book is in 2 parts. Part 1, Out with the Old, In with the True, will take these negative life lessons and expose that negative nature, leaving the reader with the truth. Part 2, The True, will examine some of our ancestral sayings and lessons that are based in a positive light, but explain why, ensuring that our children's subconscious belief system is optimistic, safe, and secure. Imagine if, from childhood, you were instilled with positive beliefs aligned with the divine on an unconscious level. What a wonderful gift we can give to our children by teaching them from a young age the universal spiritual truth. Better yet, let them learn it for themselves by reading it through a book. Self-help books work because God truly does help those who help themselves. Although this book is intended for kids and teens, it's absolutely appropriate for any adults to read. What we say matters, and discovering the effects of the statements we use, how and what they will manifest if we hold them in our hearts and minds, that's a truth that must be uncovered. That is why the subtitle of my book invites kids of all ages to read TruthWorks. When you realize the negativity of our long-held life lessons do not work, you'll understand why truth works. I'm Gina Sendeff, and I thank you for watching. I'm a stay-at-home mother of 3 children ages 6 to 12. I've been called by something other than my own desires to write this book. Most of the time, I don't even feel as though I'm the one doing the actual writing. My inspiration comes in fast and furious spurts. When I'm editing, I can hardly recall what I've even written. It's been an amazing and blessed experience for which I'm truly thankful.